one thing I didn't know this man. One, it was just after high school. I wanted to pursue my degree even before I think of anything else. So I didn't have even ilem akili ati I can be a girlfriend or a wife to someone in the near maybe five years to come.
I was kind of decided that if she says no, history ya ladies, taachana nayo nimtumikie Mungu.
Hata kama there was nothing, but I knew.
But you can feel. Ukasikia hiyo, amekuja sana.
Nikasikiza hivi nikasema kweli hiyo ni point. But I think when we talked, nikamwambia then acha tuache tu. Acha tu tuache hii story.
There is that peace, the inner peace that you have when you're with your right person.
Sometimes when you spend more time with other people at the expense of your spouse, you tend to be connected emotionally and even physically to other people.
Hello, good people. Welcome to Job and Betty. This is where we talk about how marriage actually works. Thank you very much for everyone who has subscribed. We are so grateful. And kindly come bado just subscribe. Kuna link hapa chini ya red. Kindly do so and we will be so grateful. And today we have a new story. You will love this. You will love this, guys. It's a love story again. And these guys, I know them. I know they have a wonderful story. Something you can relate with. And I know we are going to learn much from them. So without further ado, welcome to the show. Hi, guys.
Hi to Job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
I'm so grateful to have you. I know there are people you look at their marriage and you know God is in them.
It's only by the grace of God.
Amen.
Amen.
So kindly introduce yourselves.
We are the Mutavis. My name is Henry Mutavi with my dear wife Roselynn Joki. And together we are blessed with 2 children. Firstborn Prosper Mwende, secondborn Haniel Mwendwa. And we thank God that He's blessed us with a great family by His own grace. And this is the 6th year in marriage. And it can only get better. Yes.
So guys, how did you meet? Who met who? That's the part I love most. Rosie.
Well, I spotted Henry first before he spotted me.
Wow.
But I had nothing in mind. I loved the way he was leading worship in our church. I was new in the church. I had not joined praise and worship team. And for 2 different days, nikiona tu ameshika mic. After I would just feel I'm not going home after maybe first service.
You were planning to be there for the first service.
Yes, and then go home. I just extend for the praise and worship session, and then I go home. So for 2 instances, and then I did not see him again until at a certain wedding where the bride and the groom suggested that I be in the lineup, but it was just after high school. I didn't have money, so I requested them to just allow me not to be part of the team because I didn't want to be a burden to my sister. But after some days, they came back and told me that they would fund everything. And this couple decided, we will fund you. You just take care of your of the hair alone. We'll do the rest of the things. Wow. The day came. And
was he part of the wedding?
He was the one. I was the cameraman of the day.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So I didn't recognize him during the wedding. The whole time sikujua kama ni alikuwa kwa camera. But later, after I think a few days, we met hapo tu nje ya church and he requested for a list ya all the bridesmaids.
Names.
Names
of the bridesmaids.
For editing, for the editing purposes.
So he was requesting you?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we exchanged numbers.
God is working. So he needed the number so you can send the...
Yes.
Ukasema amen.
No. I did because at first one thing I didn't know this man.
Mm.
One, it was just after high school. I wanted to pursue my degree even before I think of anything else. So I didn't have even ile akili ati I can be a girlfriend or a wife to someone in the near maybe 5 years to come.
So I thought when you were singing in praise and worship, like you were admiring him.
No, I just loved the way he was doing.
Blessed by this wonderful man of God.
Yes. So after that, that's where we exchanged contacts. Yes.
So you have the contacts.
Maybe just to take you a little bit back.
Yes.
On that particular day, during the wedding day, I think she was just outstanding among among the bridesmaids.
So you did notice her that time?
I think that is the first day I spotted her. I had not seen her in church. That is the first time, you know, like when you go to cover weddings. There are so many bridesmaids and many people. So I noticed her, and you see they are just around the bride. Yeah. So you interact and you see. So
and the camera, of course, most of the time the camera is on them.
Yeah. So I think, if I'm not wrong, I think I took a number of photos focusing on her.
Personal use. Ay, Mungu atusamie cameraman.
Para story kaishia hapo. So baadaye we met. So I remembered she was part of the bridesmaids. So I took advantage of that to talk to her. I think the main reason was not even to ask for the names.
Because I was asking, because you could have asked the bride or the groom.
Bride. Yeah. So
so there are more secrets.
So one thing led to another. Tukaanza kuwa friends. And the rest is history.
I want to know that history.
Know that history. I think it took quite some time before we began relating. Yeah. For the better part of my time after college, I did not want to date any other person from any other tribe apart from a Kamba lady. I don't know why, but I just felt I just need someone from my tribe. Yeah. Probably we will flow well. We'll understand each other better. Yeah. So I saw her, I noticed her, but
you got disappointed. She's not a Kamba.
Yeah, I knew she's not a Kamba, but something kept attracting me to her. Yeah. But at the earlier stages, I didn't think of probably approaching her, because I still had that in mind that I need a Kamba lady. But slowly, I was in the praise and worship team. So she joined the praise and worship team. And she's one of those people who are very zealous. If she has put her mind to do something, I think she does with all her heart. Kabisa. So when she got into the praise and worship team, she was eager to learn. She was eager to learn. And I was ready to...
And I was ready to... well known to us.
Yeah. But at that stage, there was nothing hidden. Yeah. It was pure. She needed to learn to do ministry and to lead and all that. And I being the leader.
So by that time, you have an interest. She doesn't, isn't it? You didn't have interest? No, Asha chukua number with an interest, isn't it?
Yeah, but we were not communicating per se.
So because of respect maybe.
Yeah, we were not communicating per se. But now, over time, when she joined the praise and worship team, every now and then she could ask, probably when the session is over, she would ask me, how do you do this voice? Yeah. How do you do this song? Blah, blah, blah. So we began developing a friendship. Yeah. Genuine friendship in the ministry, and we could help each other. And she was one of those people who are very zealous, especially being new person in the team, and being that zealous to do ministry. She was such a force to reckon and a pillar. So I took advantage of that to encourage her
Yeah.
to learn to do ministry,
Yeah.
because definitely we needed such.
Yeah. I understand.
And so over time, friendship ikagrow. Pole pole, I was in college. Oh, I had cleared college.
Yeah.
I had cleared college. Then I happened to relocate from the area to Kiambu. I went to stay in Kiambu for some time.
Okay.
So we could not meet that often.
Because
Even
you were staying here.
Yeah, even during the weekdays. Probably I could come over on Sundays, sometimes Saturdays. So for like a whole year, we were not that close.
Distance.
Here. Until I relocated
Again.
to Pipeline again. And I think she can pick up from there.
So he's back. He has not yet proposed, isn't it?
No, he didn't. It took a lot of time actually.
Okay, do you notice like he's making moves?
No, he didn't even make any move. We were just
So you are
friends.
in darkness.
But yeah, but there was one particular time we were good friends. We would call, especially at night. In fact, I had a certain phone. Ingelia tu nilikuwa najua ni hata kama there was nothing, but I knew
But you can
yes.
feel.
And I didn't want to sikutaka kuweka akili hapo because one, I was not ready for any relationship at that time, because I really wanted to pursue my studies before I think of anything like settling down.
But then, let me ask you, sometimes ladies feel like when somebody has come in their lives and they feel this is the right person, kuna kare kawoga like this person may be hijacked, you know? And the people like want to rush and kind of secure that opportunity. How can you control yourself so that you don't rush into a relationship, you know?
I think for me, when it came to, when I cleared college and began working here and there, I felt my next phase in life was to settle in marriage. And just maybe to fast track maybe, when I proposed to her, and for some reasons, okay, I had prayed and I had trusted God, and I was having this faith that she's going to accept my proposal.
Yeah.
And I was kind of decided that if she says no, history ya ladies, nitaachana nayo nimtumikie Mungu. Because it had gone to a point whereby nilikuwa nimempenda tu kabisa na roho yangu yote. Sasa niliacha kuangalia story ya tribe, nikasema she's here, Mungu ameniletea. Akikataa, if he can't accept me, then sidhani kuna mtu mwingine anaweza nikubali. So nilikuwa nimeamua, akisema no, ami nitamtumikia Mungu roho safi bila pressure. So for me, it was the right time. For her, it was a little bit early, considering that she wanted to pursue her studies. So when I proposed to her and she said yes, thankfully she never told me that she'll go and pray for 1 week. She told me yes. So I was, that was my greatest day. 25th of September. Yeah, it was 2000 and...
How did it happen, but there?
And probably I say the reason why I didn't tell him no, it's because I knew that he was the man.
Yeah.
And it happened that siku moja I was niliota and I was in church for prayers for morning glory, and then he bypassed and he wore a bow tie kama as in unaona vile chefs, not chefs, waiters wanavaa bow ties, black half coat and trouser and then a white shirt. Then amesukuma trolley, and then nilikuwa nimepiga magoti, I felt distracted, nikainua kichwa.
That's in a dream.
Nikamuona, then nikaendelea kuomba, as in I got the distraction, but I continued with my prayers. Then vile nimeenda hivi, the Spirit of God akaniambia, that is an ambassador of Christ and he will be proposing to you tomorrow, utakubali? Then nikaamka. So all along I knew I'm supposed to pursue my studies.
Yeah.
And then here is an ambassador of Christ.
Wow.
Honestly, utacha ambassador of Christ when them live. That's on a lighter note.
Yeah.
But hata kama sikupata jibu kwa ndoto, like I should say yes.
Yeah.
But I knew kabisa
obvious,
kabisa this
yeah.
was God.
Okay.
So singesema hapana.
So did he propose the following day?
No.
Okay, of course.
No. It took time.
Mm.
It took a lot of time, but I kept it calm.
Mm.
Sikutaka hata kurush because I knew hata mimi siko tayari. Juu hata I think even if my family knew that I was dating a serious man who is ready to marry me at the age of 20, I think it would have been a problem. Hata wangeniambia wenda uolewe kwanza, alafu masomo baadaye. So we had to take time.
How do you know this is the right person? I've actually talked to many young people and they're asking me, how can I know this is the right person and this is the God's will?
Before I answer that question,
Yeah.
let me finalize on the previous question.
Okay.
You had asked, how do you make sure you hold or...
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I wanted to answer with our experience. So when I proposed to her, we agreed. She told me her dreams and her passions. She told me she desired to pursue a degree course, and the family helped her a lot in terms of the application and everything.
Yeah.
So she was finally admitted at Kenyatta University.
Yeah.
And so we agreed that this process is going to take 4 years.
Oh.
And for me to wait, I had to make sure that I also involve myself in something that will keep me occupied.
Yeah.
So I also enrolled for a university, for a degree course.
Wow.
And so we almost like began at the same time. So akiwa KU nilikuwa St. Paul's.
Baraka juu ya baraka. Sasa maybe labda ungefanya ungekuwa imechelewa kidogo.
It's true. So for us, it worked for us to wait. It helped her wait until the right time when the family and friends could accept that it's a right time to get married. But now for any other person out there who is probably in such a situation, a man comes to you, the man is ready and maybe the lady is not ready, I think you need to be sober when making such decisions. You need to be, if you feel you are not, it's not the right time to get into relationship, as a lady, just say no. It's your life. It's your life. But the one, even as you say yes or no, it's also important to pray. You pray, seek the face of God, usikie anakuambia nini. Probably it could be the right person. Na hata kama ni mapema, you can find a way of waiting for the right time to get into marriage.
We're talking about how do you know this is the right person?
Answering from experience, number one, you should marry your friend.
Yeah.
You should marry your friend. If someone approaches you just because they have seen you have nice legs or fingers or nice face or nice makeup, wonderful shape, and they just come to you and tell you, hey, Mimi, hey, nimekupenda tu bure. Hey, wow. You need to think twice.
Marrying your friend, what it helps, I think, is you're able to know the character, the inner person, not what you are just seeing. Not the first time you saw him singing in the worship. There are people, sorry to say this, there are people who you can relate with just in the church. Yeah. Now going outside the church, in the house, you can't relate. So maybe when you take time to know this person, in marrying your friend, it means you know much about this person. It's not just what you are saying and then you seek knowing the character. So the proposal is over.
The proposal is over. I think the courtship period, it was fun with challenges here and there. But to say that it was totally smooth would be lying.
It has never been.
But we by the grace of God, we stood by each other. There are some times we felt like there's a time I called it quit for 1 week.
What happened?
There's a time I called it quit for 1 week. I think like a year into our relationship, and probably it's something that even when people get into marriage and any other person out there, it's something that people really need to factor. Yeah. So sometimes when you spend more time with other people at the expense of your spouse, your heart tends to be drawn away. You tend to be connected emotionally and even physically to other people. So it happened. Just in a summary, some close friends, she's in college, so she's boarding there. So the only way most of the time we could talk is through phone. Through phone. So sometimes I could talk to her and she just tells me she's busy. I talk to her, niko lessons. I talk to her, ngoja kidogo, niko na kina fulani. So at some point, I remember I was in town and I called her. And she told me, you give me time. You should give me space. You give me space. I be myself. I'm in college. I be myself. I enjoy my studies. I was in town somewhere around Bomb Blast.
Ukasikia hiyo amekuja sana.
Nikasikiza hivi nikasema kweli hiyo ni point. After that, but I think when we talked, nikamwambia then acha tuache tu. Acha tu tuache hii story. You take your time. Wewe ufanye masomo. We enjoy your time. Lakini acha tuache tu. Acha tuache tu. I remember immediately after that we were having a mission to Kisii. PIC mission at Kisii. So I like she could try to talk to me, anapiga, I didn't respond, na respond to ile. Ile nimeboeka, sitaki kabisa story zake.
Want her to know that umeboeka.
Sitaki. So when I went there kwa mission, nje sasa there is this space sasa yenye ilikuwa na kuna hiyo void. Hey, and she's a very nice lady. She's a very good person to be with. So ninge imagine sasa ako na kina nani. It should have been me.
Again, so you feel like is there someone who is approaching her? She's trying to decide again. I know that fear.
Yeah, it was tough. So during that 1 week mission in Kisii, I was looking around. I was looking around. Who can fit in her shoes? Mimi ni commission tu lakini naumia. Najaribu kuangalia, sipati. I did not approach anybody in the mission field. I was just looking if I'm to go back to the drawing board. Now should I go? So mission ikaisha, I withdrew from her. So when we came back, okay, she kept calling. Mimi sikuwa napiga. Your time I wasn't calling.
Well, before you are from Kisii. Why were you doing that? Because really you are in a relationship, you have agreed you're going to do this. What happened? Did you know that was going to affect your marriage, your relationship rather?
I think it's influence. You are in school, you are with your friends, then wale marafiki mko nao, they are not in serious relationships. You know, our relationship was leading to marriage. And we had no doubt with that. In fact, we knew we were in the will of God. But I think kuna ile tu tumawazo tuwa sininge kaka, why am I rushing in life? Nini nakimbizana nayo?
So what you are doing was intentional?
It was not intentional. Honestly, it was not intentional. And in fact, I'm sorry.
Yeah, please. Kununulie chai. Perek out.
So it was not intentional. I didn't even know like it ended to that extent. I felt like I'm not having my time that time. I'm not having my time. You know, atakama sile time ya kwenda nje out. In fact, all through college life, all through high school, I've been born again since class 7. So see that life ya kwenda ati kujibamba and all that, no. Ile tu I just have time with my friends without phone calls. That is what I wanted. Nothing more. So the way he took the whole issue, ndio, and that's why I kept on calling.
So Pasi, like he was calling all the time?
Most of the times, and alitaka tukue na enough time. In fact, we had you lines. We would talk on phone, we would read the Bible on phone, we would pray on phone. In fact, hata watu walikuwa, I would sit kwa stairs, Ruiru campus, they know me kwa hostels. I would sit up kwa stairs and then talk, because I didn't want to distract the rest as they were sleeping. So we would really talk. So once imekatwa mara moja, give me space, zui nini. I think, really. I don't know, it was not easy, I know, even for me, and that's why I kept on calling him, because I knew we were meant for each other. You know, there is that inner man. Kuna swali umeuliza about how you know the right person. There is that peace, the inner peace that you have when you're with your right person. Hata kama you've not gotten married yet. So there is that peace, and I had that peace with him. So even hata tukienda missions, tukiwa KU, tukienda missions, tukikuwa na wengine, I knew I have someone will get married, who will marry me outside while tunaenda na missions. So you are, what affected you is the influence of your friends. Yes, influence.
Okay. So you back from Kisii.
The last discussion we had was for the phone. Tukasema hii story basi imeisha, you ishi life yako, mimi niishi yangu. It was on phone. It wasn't a good thing. I would not advise anyone to break up over the phone.
Over the phone,
But she requested that we meet and talk over the issues. So after the mission, we met and talked at length. I explained myself and my fears, and she explained herself. And we decided to forget all those things. You can't forget, but you forgive, and you give the other person a benefit of doubt. And you move on. You
pay money,
and you move on. So since then, we tukaendelea tu vizuri because most of the time, she, as I said before, she was in school, I was in school. We were busy, but once in a while I could visit her in Kenyatta, in Ruiru campus. We just have some time, have some soda, narudi. So time will fly too. Just to fast forward, we agreed that the moment she is done with the university degree, we will begin the process. And there is a prayer we made because during those times there were usually series of strikes in Kenyatta University. There are always strikes, and every time the academic year would be affected. So we prayed that during our time in KU there will be no strike. 7 years. And God was faithful. There was nothing like that until she cleared. So the moment she cleared, now we decided to begin the process.
Safari ilianza, and our first visit to our pastor, we went before I cleared my studies. And when we went, he was the chairman for praise and worship team and was a member. So the first thing that pastor said to us when we got into his office, we were both shocked.